Recently, on my journey towards becoming um, DM or good DM, there was something that helped me a lot, and that was getting to know another RPG system outside of 5e. Um, and I must say, I tried doing this before, and before I was proficient enough or kind of proficient enough uh, just in one system in 5e. That's the first one I got into learning. Before I really understood that one, I was not able to comprehend any other systems. I tried and I failed. It was just my mind was so full of things. It was overcharging my brain. So, but after getting to a point in learning 5e where I felt confident about a lot of basics, and I even if I don't know something um, without help, I know where to look for the help. So when I got to that point of understanding the basics, understanding how things work, how to read the rules to really understand them. After that, I got to like a plateau where it started becoming more and more difficult to get had to learn more. And part of that is just by sitting down and trying to learn stuff. I mean, that's not enough. You need to practice as well. So practicing, like playing, helped a lot. But also, I looked into, I was thinking about like non-magic, really simple, modern one shot. And I was thinking a lot about that, and I kind of came up with a solution to do that in 5e, but I wanted to look into other stuff that are built for doing that. And I'm not a big fan of, but a fan of Discworld, and I got it's somewhere here, the Discworld role-playing game that's based on GURPS, and so I got interested in GURPS, but it seemed really daunting first. So I started digging into like how to learn the basics, and as it turned out, there is like a really small version of it that's like a paper pamphlet that this big, and you can use it for like quick one shots, like that one shot idea of mine. So I have not done that yet, but I will use that. Um, and on the path of trying to see what other systems are there, which one does what and how, I learned a lot about 5e actually through the differences between other systems and that. And I'm actually pretty sure most of these are in the manuals for 5e actually mentioned, but these are so basic stuff that I personally didn't really review those parts frequently. So, for example, um, health points. I was always wondering, like, if a commoner has, I don't know, 8 health points, then this is where you can see I don't keep everything in my head because I'm absolutely sure the commoner stat block doesn't have 8 HP anyway, but it's low. And compared to that, an adventurer can have 30, 60 more. And I was always wondering, but like physically, they are, both are humans. I get it. One is more tough, but can it be more like tough by that much more? And so looking through GURPS and trying to understand GURPS helped me to understand that no, in 5e, the HP is a combined value of all the things that matter in combat, like of course, like there is a separate score for dexterity and like saving throws, but the general expertise of the character is built into the HP in like avoiding deadly damage, and their body being used to bruises and stuff. And of course, there is constitution for that, and of course, constitution calculates into the HP as well. Um, but this is something I never really understood, and this is what helped me to see that in GURPS, HP is your physical health and nothing else, and that's why it's not changing that much, and not there are not that big differences. So that was one thing that I understood better through GURPS and through the differences. I'm pretty sure it could have been any other system. Um, Also, like how the chances on the dice works. Um, I learned about how in 5e, and sorry, I'm really not good at explaining these yet, but it really helped me understand. So like in 5e, on the 20 d20, each step, so like each point added to the difficulty or AC means a 5% difference in chance, like 5% more chance or 5% less chance if I add one to those points or extract one from those points. And I think that's really good to know when you try to calculate random DC or something like that, or bonuses, like trying to pick even as a player which bonus to choose. And I know there are like tables and stuff for random damages and DCs in the manuals, but really understanding like why they are what they are made a lot of sense. And also, so there was the HP. That was a huge. My mind was blown by that fact. There was the percentages, and also coming from the percentages, there was the difference between like systems that don't use the 20, but maybe use the percentile dice, the 100 D100, or use like a 3D6 system like GURPS, that rolling with different dices and with different amounts means different chances. And why GURPS is a much more like kind of more realistic, less heroic, easier to die, more greedy consequences RPG is partially because of the HP, partially because of the dices. Because on the D20, you can get a crit much easier than rolling with 3d6s and hoping for the maximum amount of that. I mean, in GURPS, it's the minimum amount of that, like 3 1s, uh, or something close to that, because there are like rules there that allows you to crit even without just the number ones, but like low scores. Anyway, um, so understanding that helped me understand why 5e is like that. Like you really want to uh, like create heroic scenes, and for that you need that. You need higher chances. You need lower chance to die or lower chances of more greedy consequences. And so again, the difference between GURPS and 5e helped me understand that what 5e is good for and what 5e is not good for, because that modern like one shot I wanted to be greedy, and of course there are additional rule changes in the DM's guide, DM's manual, to make things more greedy. But so I'm not even sure yet which I'm going to use. I would say probably I will use GURPS. This is a really simple edition. I don't even know what it's called. Um, but the difference, learning about the differences between other systems. And then I actually looked into Modiphius Entertainment's Fallout role-playing game, and that uses yet another system. Um, and comparing those and learning more deeply about those, how they work and why they work that way and what the differences are, helped me understand 5e much more. And I'm going to run 5e games most of the time. But on one hand, it's good to know other systems if I need them for one-shots or anything special or a short campaign in the Fallout world or in a gritty, modern, realistic world. Um, and on the other hand, it helped me understand 5e much deeper. And basically, well, it helped me become a better DM. Yeah, this is all I wanted to talk about today. I think I will be separating videos into journaling ones, like this, long ones, where I'm just go all over the place and just talk about stuff. And maybe small, short knowledge pieces videos. Maybe I will add a tag after them. I don't know. This is just an idea that came up this morning. To separate between, like, if you want to learn something, watch this. But if you just want to hear me think out loud about stuff and philosophy and my experiences as a sort of beginner DM, then choose these journaling videos. Anyway, so this was one of those journaling videos, and I was Peter, and this project of mine is called Level 1 GM. I used to call it DM, but now that I got into more systems other than 5e, even though I'm going to run 5e games most of the time, I will call this project GM to make it more general. So I was Peter. This is Level 1 GM. And in this project of mine, I'm talking about my experience of learning into becoming a GM and GMing stuff. Maybe probably player stuff as well in the future. So if you enjoyed it or if you found it useful, you can watch my other videos and feel free to share them if you think there is someone who would love see someone else as well struggle with the same things that beginner GMs struggle with. Thank you so much for watching, and most importantly, have a lovely day. Bye bye.